has turned. It's very humid. It might actually also rain. Well, I brought a poncho with me, but it's very slippery. Very slippery. I wouldn't be surprised if I slipped and got dragged by these two four-wheelers times two 8-wheelers. I only have 2 wheels. It has happened before that I slipped and was dragged in full speed, and I had to get 7 stitches on my left knee. I don't want to do that again, so we'll take it easy. Höger, 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 höger Riley, höger, höger, bra. Så, då går vi. Höger, bra. Ja. Höger Riley. Vänster, 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 vänster. Stanna, stanna. Stanna, stanna. Vänta. Här, höger, 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 höger. Här. Stanna här. Stanna. All right, varsågod. Sitta. Sitta. Varsågod. So we have felled our tree down successfully and safely. All dogs still have their all paws there. At this point, some people might come out with a saw and saw away sections of it, and then split those small logs into smaller pieces. And this is where I mean you don't necessarily need to do that, and you can achieve all those things just by using an axe. The things that you think you would need a saw to do. And additionally, maybe I don't need to bring this up, but these small pieces, these chips that came off from felling the tree itself, they are very useful in the initial making of the fire. So I will be gathering these and use them to feed the fire in the beginning. This is a dry pine, and it's full of turpentine. Ah, the smell, very nice. All right, let's get to the important part of how we can go about with just the axe. So if you would have a saw, or if you don't think that at this point that you have to have a saw, what I would like to demonstrate is that you can achieve everything. You don't need to go through this process of first cutting sections, small logs, and then split them, and that's completely unnecessary. So what I will attempt to demonstrate now, and hopefully everything will work out as I planned and as I would like to show, is that I will be chopping in with the axe and peel off layer by layer. So that would mean that we don't have to cut off the whole log to then split into smaller sections, but we can achieve this purpose just by using our axe, by just peeling off layer by layer. And in so making, we will get those sizes that we want to get to start the initial fire. Once the fire is started, there might not be any need to further do sections. If our intention is to stay here the night, I wouldn't go about and cut small logs of the entire tree. I would just make a fire use the whole tree to make a fire. But to start the fire, I need these smaller sections. And so here we go. So 3 strikes, and we have a very nice section here. 2 sections, and more are coming off. And what this does is just using a heavy axe with a good splitting ability. A good heavy axe, bring it down at an angle, not straight down, not 90 degrees against the grain. You have to come out at an angle, and the axe itself will pop up those these pieces as we saw. One just flew off. Let's go on. And if you would, you can also use the length of the handle to pry, use it as leverage, and this doesn't require any strength at all. One more. Here we have a flat, nice piece. I will use this piece to start my fire on. And we know that when the ground is wet or it's winter, it's good to lay out a foundation to start your fire on, to protect that first flame. And so I will keep this one. And also, if you get tired from chopping using a heavy tool, just take a break. Drink water, take a break, recuperate, and get on it again. It's not a competition. Be safe, because these things will wear out on your arms, and you will get tired. And when you get tired, you start to maybe shake, maybe you need to eat, maybe you need to drink, but you get carried away with the work. You want to finish the work. Once you start that first chop, you also want to finish it with the last one. But it's not a competition. You get tired using tools like this, take a break, be safe, drink water, recuperate, and get on it later. So we'll keep this one. And at this point, now we have a flat surface. It's a very small, there's not much left of the tree. So what I will do is I will now get to the side of it and chop away from this way, and then I will come to this other side and do the same thing. And you also see that I'm standing on the opposite side of where I want to peel off the layers, where I want to chop. And this is a safety issue, so that I'm not here and risk to chop off my foot. But it's obvious. I'm not putting any pressure on the weight. I'm not using any strength. I'm just focusing to aim, and I let the axe do the heavy work. Very nice. I can just put a flame on this. I might not even need to do feather sticks, but I can just put a flame here and we'll get our fire going. So now I'll do the same on the other side. Yes, I switched. When I have my, yeah, I sometimes switch holds, grips. It's a bit, you have to see which, if you're comfortable switching, but it's just a practice thing. I can have my right hand furthest down towards the head, or my left. It's a practice thing. And here comes also a point where I have to decide, do I have enough pieces to make my fire for what I need? I think if we're just gonna grill some sausages and make coffee, this is perfectly fine. But for the purpose of this demonstration, we have come to a point where it only remains a very small piece of wood. And as a precaution to not continue with the axe all the way down, I will use the axe just to turn the log over so that I can take away this piece also. And the idea is that I don't chop through and damage my axe on the ground, because I don't know what's under the log. There must be a rock or just sand, or so. Let's turn over this log. So we now have a select piles of pieces, and we are really good to go to start our fire. We might not even need to do any feather sticks, and this will be the foundation where we start our fire. But if we still want to do feather sticks, we can select the nicest, thinnest, maybe this one or this one, somewhere around the inner core of the tree. Here's bark, and there is was some bark here also. So somewhere inside the tree to make our feather sticks. And yeah, let's do it. And again, it's still just the axe. So the smaller the pieces, the better. And this is also where a good heavy axe is handy. Good heavy sharp axe is handy, because the axe does the job for you. Here's a nice piece. Let's continue. And I switch it over. For this, it's good to have a sharp axe. We will collect all those small pieces. Okay, I think we have enough. So at these things, now we only need to put a flame on there. So I will collect these and we'll get our fire going. These insects. And remember, we didn't even need to do these feather sticks, because we have all these chips from when we were chopping the whole thing. They are perfectly fine to start a fire with. have a nice fire going on. We got all these things from this size section from our tree, and the tree I will lean it up against the tree so that it's not lying on the ground. And the reason for that is I really like this place. It's a very nice place. I haven't been here before, and I will lean up the tree that I fell towards against another tree so that it's upstanding, and that will protect it best from further rain, so that if I come back here to the same location, I can use that tree again. That's the reason to lean it up against a tree. If it's just on the ground, it will eventually rotten. But if it's leaning, standing up, I will be able to use it all the way through this winter. And I think I will come back here later with Paula. It's a very nice place. While telling the story, I've been having coffee in between. I was too much into the story. My sausage is all black, soothy, and I didn't pay much attention to my sausage here. So, thanks guys. The dogs are very calm. Sitta. Ja. Här, här, här. Höger. Vänster, 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 vänster. Höger, 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 höger. Höger, 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 höger.